Hi, everybody. Back from a family trip and looking at a wet, chilly weather pattern the next couple of days. It's 3:43 on this Tuesday afternoon. You can see the temperature of 52. We've basically been 49, 50, 52 all day long. And if you look at the evening planner, this is on the homepage of my weather site, portlandweather.com. You can go 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock tonight, 2 a.m. Steady precipitation continuing with the rain chances 80, 90%, which basically means it's not going to stop. Here's the radar. Right now, we're seeing heavier rain up to the north, moving on shore of western Washington. There's Hoquiam in yellow. That's the heavier rain, but this is widespread rainfall. Some of it's been pretty light, but nonetheless widespread and steady across the area. I do want to show you what's going on the mountain, and you can see Timberline Lodge right here. That's sticking snow today. It's been really light, but it's been sticking. Temperature's been below freezing all day, up there 30 degrees the temperature. Meadows, their camera is not working, at least the one I'm hooked up to, 35. Skibo's 33. And if you go down, look at Government Camp, it's just wet, 35 degrees. But I do believe maybe as early as 6 o'clock, or it could be a little bit later, but somewhere this evening, snow levels for sticking snow will get down to 4,000 feet, and that temperature at Government Camp will fall down to at least 30, 31, 32. And we'll have some accumulating snow, at least overnight tonight on the Cascade highways. If I scroll up, this is tomorrow's forecast for Government Camp, 37 for the high, Thursday, 38. Overnight lows in the 20s. So with temperatures above freezing during the day, ODOT will definitely get those highways in just wet, good shape. But if you are traveling overnight in the dark or even early in the morning before temperatures rise a little bit tomorrow morning or again Thursday morning, check conditions and be prepared for the potential of some snow over those Cascade highways. So here's what we're looking at. The National Weather Service, and let me go ahead and push share on this. So not share, I'm sorry, present. Here we go. All right, we're gonna, let me get this going. Boom, it should go. Thank you very much, Rodney. Winter weather advisory. This is the first one issued for past level of the fall season. This is, and I have a typo in the word Wednesday. Sorry about that. Winter weather advisory for tonight and tomorrow. Past level snow, that's 4,000 or 5,000 feet, 3 to 6 inches. 5,000 feet and higher, 6 to 12. So that's Timberline potentially getting up to a foot of snow, and obviously a travel alert for covered icy roads that we talked about. Mainly the problems will be in the darkness of the night and early morning. Snow level overnight tonight and tomorrow could go as low as 3,000 feet. Same thing on Thursday. Now the snow level starts to rise, as you can see, on Friday, Saturday into Sunday. But at this time, we'll get into some dry weather, which I'm going to highlight here in just a second. Here's the setup, leading edge of colder weather. See the blue? This is the cold front. It's just slowly sinking from north to south into our region. It's been the trigger for the rain. It'll be the trigger for heavier rain as the frontal boundary pushes through us once we get into this evening and overnight hours. But just north of this front, this is cold weather, and this is eventually a surface high that's all Canadian air that's going to drop down to the south. So that's why we're getting these lower snow levels than we've seen so far this fall. And that's why I'm going to show in a moment the potential for some freezing temperatures upcoming as well. This system back here will hold off until it brings us a possibility of some rain on Friday. Not on Friday, I'm sorry. Until we get into Thursday. Thursday, there's a chance of some showers, maybe into Friday, but some of the models wash that out, and we will be dominated by instead cold, dry air that's dropping out of Canada. This is the weather model showing the rain potential. So basically everything is colored in the yellow and orange areas. This is the coast range, the Cascades, an inch of rain. If you're in the blue areas, which is the valley, generally speaking, a good half of an inch of rain, but could be more than that. That's what falls today, tonight, and tomorrow. So we'll go the coast, really thinking everybody gets an inch. Some areas could get quite a bit more. The valley, Longview down through Albany, up towards Seattle, we're thinking a half of an inch of rain, at least. A lot of areas will get a little bit more. This shows 67 100s up in Seattle. Again, this is what falls through the day tomorrow. So a pretty good batch of moisture, which is going to be snow up in the Cascades. Hey, I showed you this map last week, and at last time I talked to you, this particular European model was starting to hold the cold air up to the north of us until we got into Thursday, Friday. But now we know that's not true. That front's going to come through this evening, and snow levels are going to drop at that time. So right here, all of this is kind of white, grayish, bluish tone. This is all that cold Canadian air. It's a big air mass. It's blanketing all of Canada. This is tomorrow afternoon where we are just getting into it. And eventually we'll feed an east wind off of this batch of air that will end the precipitation chances, bring some clearing, and allow temperatures to really, really fall off. So check this out. Frosty night Saturday, potentially. Saturday morning through Tuesday morning, potentially. Calm wind areas as low as 26 degrees. This is mainly areas that typically get cold if you don't have any wind. Salem, McMinnville, down in Corvallis, Eugene, Battleground, if there's no wind. There is the question of east winds. And if you live in an area where you would get some east winds coming out of the gorge, your temperatures at night could hold above freezing 35 to 40. So that gets us into that just crazy wide temperature span, 26 to 35 cold spots, 35 to 40 breezy spots. Absolutely thinking this is not a big east wind event, but there could be enough of an east wind along the Columbia to hold some areas above freezing in the nights in question. But for much of the valley, this looks to be the first killing frost of the season. You know, so I know in our yard, we still have some cherry tomatoes and they've actually been ripening slowly, but ripening, you know, but this would probably kill those plants. I'm assuming it will. And if you had some hanging baskets that will be on exposed, perhaps you say goodbye to those too. So just FYI, we haven't seen temperatures like this so far this fall season. Now, with that said, here's my 7-day forecast. Let me put it over here. So today we got the rain. We're in the 50s, the low 50s. Tomorrow it's more of a showery pattern. Today it's been steady rain, but tomorrow we're behind the front. We might open up some sun breaks. We'll see scattered showers, potentially some heavy downpours with those scattered showers. And remember, the air's colder tomorrow. The snow level's down to 3,000 feet. So any convective activity in the cumulus clouds, the raindrops are going to be bouncing up into freezing temperatures, turning to hail, bouncing back and forth until the ice chunk gets heavy enough that it can't be supported and it falls to the ground. So absolutely, I expect some of the heavier downpours to contain some hail tomorrow. Thursday morning looks dry to me, and then Thursday afternoon, sun breaks and some scattered showers. Might not be much. That system I showed you out in the Pacific, models have been disagreeing on just how much rain we could get Thursday afternoon into Friday, or is that system more or less just wash out and the colder, drier air coming out of Canada wins out? So not sure how that plays out. Maybe Thursday afternoon through Friday is dry, but this is the automated feed from the National Weather Service, and you can tell it is picking up on a chance of showers. By the weekend, we're just sunny, and then it all depends on the east wind. If you don't have any east wind at your place, you'll be freezing Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and Monday morning. Now, what this is picking up on the automated feed, I haven't switched this over to my custom work yet, is windy areas out along the Columbia River, 36, 36, and still above freezing. So again, if you live in a calm wind area, Saturday, a good bet you'll be 32. Sunday, you could be 26, 27, 28, 29, or at least 30. And you could be 32 or even in the upper 20s again on Monday. There's a cold front right now tracking for that following Wednesday, and that would return us to a westerly flow, bring us in some moisture and start to warm us back up, okay? So that's what I have. Pretty interesting update. And I'll talk to you soon as we get into this cold Canadian air, really for the very first time this fall season. My weather site is portlandweather.com. And thank you for subscribing to this YouTube channel.